is my camera not wanting to work? Alright, let me, weird, first time this has happened. Just drop in the comments, guys. Let me know if you can see me. There's a black screen on my end, but people are popping up, which is good. I just have to know if you can see me, and then we'll be good. Alright, good. Jess can see me, so hopefully that means everybody else can see me. Okay. Good thing is before I kind of moved everything around so you can see everything in the background nice and clearly, so I know at least wherever I'm going to stand and do the workout today that you'll be able to see me, which is good. And I mean, obviously I can't see you, but I can see the comments, which is pretty much almost the same thing. So, my name is Jaimee. I'm a fitness instructor here at CFB Wainwright. Today's workout is an EMOM training workout. So EMOM just stands for every minute on the minute. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a little bit of upper body and a little bit of core work. So following that EMOM format, we're going to do a certain number of repetitions of one exercise within that minute. So if we do maybe 5 squats within that first minute, so we do the 5 squats, and then the remaining time of that minute is our so-called rest. And then when it goes into the next minute, there's a different exercise, same format, we do the exercise, and then however much time is remaining in that minute is your rest, and then you just swap back and forth. So I have 2 EMOMs today. They're both going to be 6 minutes long. So, but don't worry, I'm going to go through all the familiarization as well, so I'm not just going to leave you hanging dry. So as usual, I have to just read the disclaimer. So in response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members. By using social media platforms, the virtual fitness classes tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it's entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it's preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society of Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you experience any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it's recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. And as well, if any CAF member sustains an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98 form. So that Get Active questionnaire and the reference document are just in the description below, so you can scroll up and find those, as well as the PSP national page and the following hashtags we have as well. It's a little more workout than it is workshop, so if you guys do have music, feel free to play whatever you need to. It'll certainly help you pump you up and get you through the day. All you're going to need for this workout is a flat sheet and a yoga mat. So I'll take you through quickly how I want you to set up the flat sheet, and then we can get started in our warm-up. So what I did is I just cut a flat sheet in half vertically, but if you have one flat sheet and maybe you don't want to cut it, that's totally fine. So all you're going to do is, if you have one flat sheet, you're going to make 2 knots. So you're probably going to make them a little bit closer to the middle. So there's going to be a knot. They might be a couple inches apart. All you just need is one good knot. In my case, I have 2 sheets. So you're going to take your sheets with the knots tied. You're going to drape it over the door, like so. Okay, so make sure the knot is facing the inside of the door, so you shouldn't be able to see it when you close the door. Okay, shutting the door, make sure the point nice and tight, and then the sheets are going to be together. So they shouldn't be far apart like this. They should be touching. And then we just make sure we pull, right? And then it's basically a poor man's T-Rex. So I'll give you a little bit of time to just set that up. I have my yoga mat here off to the side. I got my water. I do have an app that can help you with the EMOM timings, or if you just have a stopwatch or a wristwatch, you can totally just do the minute timings yourself. So, now that you've got the sheet set up, I'll bring you to the yoga mat. We'll do our warm-up exercises. So everything we do for the warm-up, we're just going to do it 7 times total, or 7 on each side. So the first one is just a simple cat-cow. We've done this before. So everything's stacked underneath, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We're active in our feet, curling the toes under. Okay, from here, we're just going to pull the belly button in, round the back, tuck the chin, then reverse the movement, push everything down into the mat, lift the chin up, and repeat the process. So that's 2. Okay, you can go at your own pace, just feel the movement. Nice and easy, warming that spine up. 5, 6, 7. So from there, you're going to keep that same position, but you're going to drop down to your forearms. So from here, we're going to make a chicken wing, sort of with our arms. So I'm going to take my left hand, just reach it behind my neck. So then my elbow is underneath my shoulder, and then I'm just going to open up to the side, come back down. Okay, so here we're just opening up that thoracic spine, targeting that region. Again, 7 each side, nice and easy. 5, 6, 7, and then switch, same thing on the other side. Make sure everything's stacked. And again, at your own pace. 5, 6, 7. All right, from there you're just going to go just straight onto your stomach. So you're just going to have your hands up by your side, and your thumbs are going to be facing upwards. Okay? So I'm going to have my head just into the mat, all right? And I'm going to lift both hands up at the same time, creating a T with my body. All right, so just lifting the palms up, getting that squeeze in the shoulder blades, and back down. 6, 7. So keeping that same position with the thumbs, now we're just going to slide our hands up so we make the letter Y. Exact same format, head into the mat, lifting up, and back down. So 7. Again, at your own pace. 4, 5, 6, 7. Good, and back up. From there, you're going to flip over onto your back. Knees are going to be bent, feet flat on the floor, feet facing forward. From here, we're going to have our arms just sort of in a football upright position, or the letter W. Okay, so the back of our palms are on the ground. We're going to bring it into the middle, back down to the floor, sliding it up overhead, and back to the starting position. So that's 1 and 2. So all we're doing is we're closing the shutter and we're sliding upwards. That's 4. Make sure when you're sliding, do the best that you can to keep the shoulder blades and really all parts of the arm on the floor. So don't keep it up and try to slide like that. Use the floor to your advantage. Slide, come back to the center, and shutter. Next one is the same starting position, only difference is where your hands are. So this time your palms are just by your side, thumbs up position again, From here, we're just lifting the thumbs up overhead until they touch behind, and all the way back down. So this one's really simple. Again, at your own pace, your warm-up. So if you feel you need to do more than 7 repetitions, be my guest. 6 and 7. All right, last 2 we're going to do is just sort of firing the abs a little bit because we are doing some core work. So for both of these exercises, we're going to just be laying on our back, okay? This one, palms are by our sides, right? We're going to curl our feet in towards our stomach, and from here we're just going to alternate, bringing the knee up and back down, okay? So every time we bring the knee up, we want to activate those glutes, squeeze, 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 and come back down. So this is just sort of a supported, easy march. 6 and 7. Last one, legs are going to be straight up. And all you're going to do is alternating, lowering with the straight leg, switching from right to left. So my left leg comes down. It's just hovering above the ground. We're not slamming the heel into the floor. Right? Nice and easy. Okay? Try your best to keep that leg straight. Okay? If not, a slight bend will work just fine. It's 5, 6, 7. All right, so now that we're in the warm-up, I'm just going to go over the 4 exercises we're going to do. And again, like I said in the beginning, I'm splitting it up into 2 EMOMs. So the first EMOM is, you're going to do 12 sheet tricep presses. Okay? So from here, you're going to face away from the door. You're going to grip the sheet. It's going to start. How did I have this? Okay, there we go. Okay, so you're going to have the sheet facing the inside of your palm. You're going to wrap it around. Okay, and grip it like so. Exact same thing on the other side. Right? Make sure when you actually do start to walk out, right, the grip is nice and level, so one hand isn't lower than the other. And then from there, you're going to step back till your feet touch the door, have sort of a nice high plank, and then from here we're going to lower our body till we get that bend in the elbow, feel in the tricep, press all the way back up, like so. So we want to really keep that active plank. We don't want to sag in our hips, okay? If you find it's a little too difficult with your feet together, okay, you can have one foot in front of the other. Just remember, whatever foot is forward, just get that slight knee bend, okay? Makes it a little bit easier, okay? The second exercise in that is an alternating low plank arm reach. So we did 12 of the tricep. We're going to do 12 each side of this arm reach. So you're going to be on your forearms, okay? If you want to challenge yourself, feet can be close together, or if you're having trouble, widen the base of support, okay? Elbows are underneath your shoulders. Okay, we're squeezing our glutes, nice and active neutral spine, and then we're just raising the hand up and bringing it back to the center, okay? So biggest thing when we do that is we're trying not to rotate our body, so our hips will move a little bit slightly back and forth, but they shouldn't be so drastic to where we're dropping the hip, right, or we're bringing the hips up and we're sagging them too far down. So that's the first EMOM. So it's going to go the first minute, you're going to do 12 tricep presses. The remaining time in that minute is a rest. Second minute starts, you're going to do that alternating low plank arm reach, 12 each side within that minute, and then your rest period, go back to the tricep press, back to the plank, back to the press, back to the plank, and then your 6 minutes will be up. Our second EMOM, you're going to do 12 sheet rows. So almost the same grip, you're just going to have it on the inside of your palm, Wrap it around, like so. Again, make sure grip is level. Okay, you're going to walk the feet down, and then from here, we're just rowing upwards, squeezing the elbows into our body, squeezing our shoulder blades together. Still keeping that nice active plank, right? And again, if you want to change up, if you want to make it a little bit easier, okay, you can have that offset foot position, right? A little bit easier balance, okay? And then for the core portion, we're going to do an alternating suitcase crunch. Again, 12 each side, just like that first EMOM format. So the suitcase crunch, if you do have problems with balance, you can use your hands just behind your hips for support. So you're alternating, coming up, back down, and switching. Okay, so it's kind of like that supported march that we did in the warm-up. Okay, if you want to be a little bit more challenging with it, you can have your hands out, right? Works a little bit more balance, okay, but it does fire the core a little bit more. So that's just your familiarization phase. So again, have your water by side, towel if you need it. Music if you want to play it. And then I'm just going to set my timer up here. Again, so it's the first EMOM is 6 minutes, 2 exercises, second EMOM, same format, but 2 different exercises. So I have my timer here ready, okay? You can do these as fast or slow as you want. Remember though, if you do them faster, right, you'll have more rest within that minute. If you take your time and do them slower, you're gonna have less rest within that minute, okay? So just keep that in mind, depending on your fitness level. Okay, so we're going to start with that tricep press. Okay, so facing away, get your grip. Ready? We're doing 12. 2, 1, go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I got 35 seconds left for rest. So that gives me enough time to get down to my mat. Getting ready for that alternating low plank arm reach. Okay. Also too with that tricep press, you can play around with where your feet are. So the closer you are to the door, the lower your plank will be, harder the exercise is going to be. Closer your feet are, or further the feet are away from the door, higher your plank is, easier motion, right? So I got just under 5 seconds left. 1 and go. Okay, again, you can widen that base of support with your feet. Engage your glutes. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I got about 29 seconds left. So we're just done that third of that first EMOM. I'm going to switch, get ready for my tricep press. We got 15 seconds left. All right, 5 seconds. And go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, tons of time left to get to my mat. You can also shake out those wrists in between, just because using that sheet gets a little bit of tension on the wrists and the hands. So just shake it out a little bit. We got about 20 seconds left. So I can catch my breath here, Really prepare for my plank, right? Activate the glutes, widen the base of support if I need to. Raise the arms up, back to the center, no anti-rotation. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. All right, so about the same as last time, about 30 seconds rest. Come into that last tricep press in the EMOM. All right, make sure that grip, right, nice and level. One hand is in front of the other. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, last time. With that low plank alternating reach, same cues as before. Really make sure we're not swinging the hips back and forth. Right, you're going to have a little bit of rotation when you reach out just because you're losing that one point of stability. So we're going to bring it back, stable ourselves, and reach out. So just a little under 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, good. I got about 30 seconds left. So I'll just pause that timer. Right, I'll restart it. Okay, so we finished the first EMOM. Second EMOM is that sheet row and then that alternating suitcase crunch. So I'll give myself about 30 seconds. Woo. And a bit, catch my breath if you have water. Now's the time to take a quick swing. Right, so make sure with that row, now that we're switching, you want to squeeze the shoulder blades together, keep those elbows in nice and tight. Still having that active plank when we actually row up, right? So our hips aren't sagging backwards, or we're not putting ourselves into that extended lumbar position. That suitcase crunch, you have that option to support yourself in the back, or a little bit more challenging, have the arms out at the side. All right, so again, make sure your timer's all set up. 12 sheet rows, 12 each alternating suitcase crunch. Okay, so wrap those hands around. Again, make sure they're nice and even. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I got about 40 seconds left. All right, again, keep in mind the faster you do them, more rest you have. Slower you do them, less rest you have. So I'll move to my mat. Okay, getting ready for that alternating suitcase crunch. Again, if you do need to support, make sure palms are facing in, right, so when you do come back. Okay, we don't have excessive pressure on that rotator cuff. So just a little bit under 10 seconds left. Right? is EMOM. Right, so back up to the sheets. Again, find your grip. Make sure it's nice and level. Okay, if you need to offset that row with your feet, one foot in front of the other, gives you a little bit better base of support. Okay, or bring the feet together, make it a little bit more challenging. So just under 5 seconds to go. Walk my feet down, fully lengthen, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Make sure too when you're doing these rows, you're keeping nice good tension on the sheet, right? We don't want any slack when we're actually coming up, right? Because then we're not properly engaging the right muscles. Okay. So plenty of time left between that alternating suitcase crunch. Just about 20 seconds left. Okay, again, challenge yourself if you feel you need to, right? Have your arms up, right? I'm going to try doing it for the second round, and you can laugh at how badly I do these. The balance is very off. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so about the same time as last time. Took a couple seconds longer. Again, right, we challenge ourselves. We want to get better. Right? It's okay if you take those regressions today, but maybe in a week from now, right, challenge yourselves. Do your best to get better. All right, 10 seconds left. Again, nice even grip. Walk the feet out. Fully lengthen the body. And go. 1, 2. Constant tension on those sheets. 5, 6, 7. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keeping the elbows nice and close to your body. 10, 11, 12. Okay? If you really want to be challenging with those sheet rows, you can actually do an eccentric motion, slower on the way right down, a little bit more explosive on the way up. But again, keep that in mind, the slower you do those, less stress you have. Okay, so it can be challenging that way if you switch up the tempo of the repetitions itself. But again, see what your fitness level is like. Try a fast version, try a slow version, see what happens. All right, just over 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, go. Being much more controlled, using my hands as support. But again, up to you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whew. Right, so we're all done the workout. Hopefully you guys got a good, decent enough stretch. I guess I meant to say sweat, I said stretch. We're about to stretch, okay? So if you have your timer, just pause it. You can take the sheets down off the door. I'm just using this portion to just catch my breath. So we'll set those off screen. Alright, I'll just move the mat a little bit closer in. See who else has popped up. Maybe new comments. Awesome. Thanks for the clarification, Jess. Alright, so now we're just going to do a little bit of a cool down work. So I'll just have you just started, just seated on your mat. tricep overhead stretch. So I'll just take my right hand, reach to my back, grab my elbow, pull down just slightly on that elbow. Make sure I'm sitting as upright as I can, not hunching over, opening up that chest as well. Good, and switch. Awesome. From there, we'll just do that shoulder across the body. I'm going to add a bit of a twist on it. So instead of just wrapping the shoulder around, we're going to have the arm stretched out first. We're going to reach forward and then bring it across. So our inside of our arm actually isn't going to touch our shoulder. Okay, so what most people do is when they actually do this stretch, they literally just toss the arm to the side and try to get the inside of the elbow to touch the opposing shoulder. Not the case, just because you're not actually stretching specifically that infraspinatus part of the rotator cuff. Alright, so actually by reaching forward, okay, you're activating that muscle, and then by pulling it, right, with a straight arm, then you're actually feeling that stretch versus just this, right? There's no active actual pull, so we're reaching, cross, a little bit more diagonal movement. Okay, that supporting arm is just there for a slight gentle pull, and then you should feel it where you need to. Good. Alright, from there we're just going to get into a nice easy down dog position. Alright, so I'm not super flexible in this position, so my heels do come up off the floor, but if you're lucky and you have that flexibility, really try to push those heels down as far as you can, alright? Extend the arms out, push the head through. Okay, from here if you want to, you can walk the dog. So just press the heels, alternating into the mat. Nice and simple. Feel the stretch. Okay, from here we're going to take the left leg, feed it through just into a low lunge. So we'll drop that right knee, drop the right toe. Okay, we just have our hands just by the sides of our feet. Right, if you feel you need to actually deepen the lunge, right, sink the hips down. Make sure the knee is tracking over top of your foot, alright, it's not coming to the outside or to the inside. Okay. Pushing that left leg back, exact same thing with the right. Feed it through, when you're comfy, drop the left knee down on the toe. Again, fingers are just by that forward foot. If you need to, sink the hips down a little bit more, feel that stretch. Alright, next one we're going to go to is a pigeon stretch. So we're just going to go back, just like that down dog position, right? Taking the left leg, feeding it through, okay? So now the left foot is in match with the right hand, left knee with left hand. Okay, again, you can really sink into it. Okay, if this position is a little too painful, right, you can actually just sit back on to that left hip itself, right? Okay, just if that position isn't quite there yet. Okay, and we'll switch. Exact same thing with the opposing leg. Feed it through. Come down, hands are just to the sides of the knee. Okay, nice and open with the chest. Right, if you feel you need to, you can actually go onto your forearms. Right, get a little bit deeper in that glute muscle. But again, totally up to you. It's your cool down. So take whatever variation of the stretch you want to. Okay. From here, we're just going to go into a cobra position. So I'm just going to set my knees back a little bit. I'm just going to drop to the floor. From here, I'm going to push up with my hands, extending the arms. Okay, so my hips are a little bit up off the floor. Alright, if this is a little bit uneasy for that low back region, You can just go into a Sphinx pose. So same format, but you're just on your forearms, palms facing down. Again, take whatever variation you please. Totally up to you. Okay, so based on the variation you work, we're in that Sphinx. Bring your hands back to just underneath your chest. Right, go into the cobra. Going into a child's pose position, so we're sitting the glutes back on the heels, but instead of reaching forward, we're going to reach all the way up to the side. Okay, so I'm just reaching to my left side. So you want to reach the hands to about that 9 o'clock position, right? If we're looking at the face of the clock, right? Really opening up that side body, opening up the lats in that upper back region, also opening up the obliques. And we'll just walk the hands to the opposing side. So at about 3 o'clock. And back to the center. Alright. So that's all the stretching I'm going to do. That's all the stretching I'm going to lead you guys through. If you need to spend a couple more minutes of your own time stretching, be my guest. I definitely won't stop you. I want to thank you guys again just for joining me this Monday afternoon. It's super windy here in Wainwright, so hopefully the wind will calm down a little bit. The sun's out, so hoping the warm weather will take into effect. Again, my name's Jaimee, fitness instructor, and as well, just again, read over in that description, again, if you need to fill out that CF98 form, if you did get injured and you are a CAF member, check out that questionnaire, check out the reference document, and check out the PSP National page. Enjoy your guys' Monday.